slowly.
It was very nice. You know, I went to her place, and then we went to a place called Branson, Missouri. Have you heard of it? You been there? That's really pretty, isn't it? But it's kind of weird. They only have one street right down the middle. No, if you haven't never been there, I'm telling you, it's just one street. You just sit in your car. You can't move because the traffic is so bad. You just sit there 2 or 3 hours. Isn't that right? Hey, you can't get off. There's no side streets. I looked everywhere. I finally found one little side street. Just goes down to the bushes. That's it. No, so you can go down to the bushes, go pee-pee, and come back and get an iron. And I have a friend down there named Mel Tellis. You know Mel, country singer. He's so nice. I love Mel. He has a theater down there, you know. So I called up Mel, and I said hello, and that took about an hour. Hello, I didn't think I could play Branson, Missouri, because I thought you had to be born country, you know what I mean, like Dolly Parton or Loretta Lynn, you know, with big boobs and everything. But I was reading this article that Wayne Newton went there. He doesn't have big boobs. He only had one hit, you know, they just one cut. He doesn't have country hits, you know. He only had one hit. They hit about a donkey. Donkey soon. Gotcha. Bobby Vinton went there. Bobby Vinton, he's not country, he's Polish. Well, that's a country, but it's not country. Tony Orlando and Dawn, they went there. Dawn. That's 2 girls. Why do they call them Dawn? Shouldn't it be Dawns? 2, it should be plural. Those things like for the Dawn's early light. Andy Williams went there. Moon River, wider than a mile. So I figured I could go there. You know, if I just got more country, a little bit more country. But I was born in Texas. All I have to do is just learn how to walk a little different, you know. You just gotta mosey. You gotta... You gotta talk a little different. You know, you gotta walk like that there, and then you gotta talk up here. You gotta put it in your nose and everything, talk like that. So then I sang all my songs different. I did. I practiced everything else. I sang everything different. I sang, Dominica, son of lady, something more. Yeah! That's just to explain. Chippy to the moon. I'm singing in the rain. Yeah, I'm singing in the rain. I'm back in the saddle again. Yeah.
That was incredible. Happy Saturday, everybody. We are coming live from Branson to you. We are having so much fun here. This is our very first time we've done the show from location. And so far, so good. I see you, I see me, I see Seth, I see everybody, and the cameras are working, and we're just so excited.
The miracles of technology.
Yes.
No, it is true. It's pretty amazing what you can do. I was watching that video, and it's a flash for me, because when I see things like that, it's hard for me to imagine she's not with us still.
I know.
It seems
I
so
feel like that all the time. It's like it just isn't so that.
But
she's not
imagine
here.
that my 60 some odd years, I watched and heard and saw that. And there's really 2 sides to Debbie. There's that side, the cut up side, the Debbie on the stage. And when I was even a little boy, I used to look up and go like, I couldn't like, especially when she was doing shtick like that, like the things she just did, it's all ad lib. Only Joey Singer could keep up with her. He was their accompanist, and she's just off in the twilight zone on this musical prelude of songs in country.
Comic timing is just genius. I mean, she truly was the quadruple threat. You know, she
Well,
could
that's how that
act,
was my
sing,
yeah.
dance, do comedy. I mean, there's really no woman out there like her.
Well,
And
in the day there was. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
but
Ginger
not
Rogers.
today.
There were like of the day, but of her generation, you know, she
Yes.
was unique. And
But in
it's
this generation, I don't even know that it exists. And so that's why well, Seth is,
yes, of course.
that's right. Seth is as close as it gets.
And he identifies as Debbie Reynolds, so it works.
Exactly right. We are so
In fact, Seth is with us. Did you cut to Seth?
Occasionally, I identify, well, that's my pronouns are Debbie/Reynolds.
There you go.
That's my new, yes. As
DEI alive and well
if
here
you
on
were
Cat
doing
Talk.
such things, that's would be what you are.
I'm babysitting the grandchild while you guys are gone.
Oh,
That's
okay.
so
Okay.
great.
Did you show that when he threw that up there? Throw it up again. I don't know if
Oh,
he got,
Go to
you're-
the
you're
Seth
gonna have to
cam,
cut
That's
to-
right.
I'm
Oh,
assuming,
there we go.
who's cutting here? I guess it's
Watch out.
Kyle, right? Kyle, you're cutting, right?
Yep, I had him up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you
I
can
can't
both see.
tell. Okay,
Keeping
I'm
it
looking at
safe.
like
I've
9
got
feeds at once.
my pistol. from my pocket.
And that's something Debbie didn't have.
There you go.
Today,
Ba-dum-bum.
right. Well, let's just say where we are.
Okay, where are we?
We are at the Beyond the Lens Theater.
Oh, look who's behind us.
That's right, an alien.
An alien is behind us.
Okay, so
He's
this,
not usually there. Usually it's Yoda.
no, they put him behind us. And then I don't know if you can move the camera. Should I go
Well,
over to Bigfoot?
no,
Will you
I-
follow me?
Well, I can go, I can just go to this camera. Now there he is.
Okay, there's Bigfoot, but let me tell you, this place is so much fun. And of course, the season for Branson well, it's open now, but for most things, it starts in March, I think. Or, in March.
Yeah.
So because, that's the way it is. It's a
Well, it's
season.
cold around here, you know?
Yeah, but if you're coming to Branson, there's so many things to see here that you cannot imagine it. All it is theaters, shopping, restaurants, attractions of all different kinds. We just passed the Titanic attraction today, and it's huge, the one here. And then there's the Hollywood Wax Museum.
Look at
There's
this thing.
all kinds of musical reviews. People come here to headline. There's also the Beyond the Lens where we are right now, because it's like a selfie emporium. It's the coolest place. And
But the big attraction here is actually not behind us, but next to us. They have the fly ride.
the fly ride, which
That's a big deal.
that's a fun ride.
But it's for those of you who haven't done it, it's I don't know if you've dreamed like I dream. Sometimes I dream that I'm flying over the world, and and that it really is like that dream. You are flying over America as one of the films, but they have all these different
Yeah,
experiences.
because you're strapped into this seat.
But in this case,
and you're
you
flying.
don't have to wake up and it goes away. Or
And
you get
don't have to
interrupted.
analyze it and try to figure out what it means, but like you do with your dreams. But
I never
it's
do
a
that.
super fun thing is to fly ride, but it's just a cool place. And
And why are we here? Besides, we're here.
well, you tell them why.
We're here because a friend of mine who runs and owns this place as a group partnership. We're discussing the idea of maybe bringing the Hollywood attraction here. My mother's
Museum.
collection, my collections,
So
all the collections from everywhere,
you think
to build a sort of world-class Hollywood museum. And
Hollywood experience.
experience. My
Yes.
mother used to want to build a museum in Hollywood, thinking, oh, well, Jesus, it belongs in Hollywood. But since they have the Academy Museum, they're sort of handling that. And I really wonder, she really wondered if that's where the people were, where the fans. Now the fans go to Hollywood,
Yes.
on a trip, but the people that are really fans that paid for the movies that made the stars, they're from the middle of this country.
That's right.
and they're from around
we
here.
can bring Hollywood to them, which is really the way it should be. you
Right.
know?
So that's why we originally contemplated Pigeon Forge, because it was,
Mm-hmm.
it was like her people we saw, but this is even more in the middle. I mean, are we? We're like dead center.
Well, this is my first time to Branson, really. I mean, we blew through here once, but we literally drove through it. Today, Bill and Lisa took us to see things, and you know, and it's so exciting because there's just nothing but entertainment from top to bottom.
Well,
side
it's
to side.
you know,
I
it's
mean,
like it's a
incredible.
version of Vegas in many ways, but like a whole different skew. You know, obviously country is a big thing here. It's a
Yes.
different skew, but there's a lot of littler attractions here. And obviously with the absence of gaming, there's more time to spend playing around and doing
At
other
least
things.
you're not going to lose your mortgage when you come here.
Well, you might, but not
Because
it's not from
there's
that.
no gaming here. This is the cool, but great restaurants,
Oh yeah.
great attractions, great shows.
I think it's a lot less expensive too. Vegas
Oh,
has gotten out of
yes.
control in many ways in
Yeah.
terms of the average price tag. There's a lot of attractions, you know, that even the Los Angeles-based attractions have priced themselves beyond what most families can
Can
handle.
afford,
Like
yeah.
Disneyland
And
is,
I'll tell you what,
let's go drop $1,000 and take the kids to Disneyland. When did that ever happen? You know?
I don't know, but what I like about this place the most, I think, is how nice everybody is. It's like, what, that your world is strange and frightening to me, that everybody is so nice, you know, and so I think just that alone makes
It's
it
a virtual
attractive.
reality
Yeah.
for friendly people.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna have a fun night tonight, and we have a guest tonight, and you know that knows a lot about all the shows that are going on here. And we have some clips. Debbie played here, like she said, she played at the Mel Tillis Theater.
Well, in
And-
fact, do we have another clip of Debbie with I believe that it isn't it the interview with her, is that
you know,
is that what I have,
Seth
Seth?
is in charge of the clip, so he
I
can
think we
let
have
us
Larry
know.
King interviewing my mom about Branson. Am I dreaming? And then I woke up. All right, unmute Seth.
Oh, we do have that. Well, we actually have that clip as well as I found a clip of her performing in Branson. I guess they filmed
Well,
her
let's do
performing
that.
for the Jerry Lewis telethon.
Let's do that before we show more pictures of this place and bring the guest up,
Yeah.
just to introduce the town.
Second.
Are you ready for that one? Are we? If I caught you
am. I
off
just like
guard,
to click a
I'm
few
out of sequence. I know how my brain is nonlinear.
Well, I don't have to show a set list in front of me, so
Neither
it's
is
not just
mine.
wing it time.
It's
Right.
improv.
This is
It's
a
improv.
non-linear show about Branson, but we had other plans, but this sort of evolved into a show focused on this town, and we found enough Debbie stuff to make it work, right?
Right, and our guests. So we'll what do you have ready to pull up there, Seth?
I have it right here.
All right.
So here we go.
Debbie's not just at her own place in Vegas, she's coming out near you on August 11th in Branson, Missouri, the hot spot in America.
Yeah,
right?
Mel Tillis' theater. It's actually August 1st through the 10th.
And then the Garden State Theater. You're in Garden State, New Jersey, August 30th through September 8th, and then September 10th. And then at Foxwood Casino in Connecticut, that's the Indian spot. That's
Yeah, we're going to do one-nighters there in Garden
Sinatra
State.
opened that place. That's a tremendous
That's right.
hit.
I have never been there.
Drury Lane,
Yeah.
October 16th through the 20th. And then you're in Laughlin, Nevada.
Laughlin, yeah.
November 12th through the 16th.
Well, I'm always
So what
in-
is this? You're out?
I'm at my place always 2 or 3 weeks, then I fly out for a week here, and then I go back home to my theater, and then I fly out.
Why?
Because it keeps me busy. I like playing other places. I like other theaters. I like new audiences. I like show business.
So you like the road.
I like the road, but not all the time. That's why I bought this place. I wanted to stay home, and I chose Vegas, and I chose this little place so I could be in one spot. But now I find I'm getting little itchy feet sometimes, so now I want to go out. And like the Drury Lane's a great little theater in Illinois, you know, I want to go there. And Mel Tillis is an old friend of mine, and that's August 1st. That's where I'll be there the longest. That's the
Have you
10th.
worked Branson?
I have worked at Mel's.
Is that a phenomenon, that city?
It's a wonderful city because it has no gaming. You know, it's for the Bible Belt, people that believe gaming is sinful. And it's just shows. I mean, everybody's there. You have Tony Orlando, you have Andy Williams. Just you walk down the street and there's every star you ever heard of, including me. I'll be there.
Remember this picture with Donald O'Connor, Gene Kelly? I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a wonderful feeling. I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and
Reynolds.
Oh, that's awesome.
What, I love that curtain and what it made it
That-
look like it was raining. What is that called?
So I call it a rain curtain. I mean, that is sort of what it was. And if you notice, there's a trough down in front of the stage, and then they had a distribution system above, where there were emitters that went all the way around. It was remarkable. What was really beautiful about it is when the lights hit it, but
Was it light coming down, or it couldn't have been water?
it is water. What do you mean? That's what I'm saying. It's raining.
That's insane.
Well, where was that, by the way?
It's the Granite Theater.
Okay, so we're gonna get to this because that was they didn't do this everywhere, and I don't why we have to remind me to ask you why the hell they put that in. Obviously, you could see why Debbie would want it
Oh,
because
yeah.
like her life revolves around singing in the
Perfect
rain.
was that?
Mel Tillis made that just for her. No, it's not true, but it seems like it was made for her.
Yep.
The way this town, you heard me, it was interesting. A lot of the things we had just said prior, my mother said during that little interview, and why people come here. And
That's exactly right.
all
And
of
that's
that.
the first time we've seen this clip because everybody's doing everything from where they are.
Right.
So what a coincidence, but it's absolutely true.
I just want to bring up that I have that dress as well, the blue dress.
Yeah. And
For those of you worried about it, it's safe.
well, but like we said, I mean, what's so great about being in Branson is that it is middle America, which those are the real people that's who actually built our entertainment industry, keeps it going. We always think of America in terms of New York, Los Angeles, all these giant places. And, when I started traveling the country with my show and my tour, I realized, how important that middle America is, and how the people I would meet were like such a breath of fresh air for me. And it's still why I love to tour, because I get to meet the
Well,
people.
you actually like to tour the same reason she did. She just said, I like to tour because I like to experience different groups of people.
Mhm.
And that was really true. My mom, she wanted to always connect with her fans,
Yep.
and they weren't always in one space or another.
Right.
But my mother truly believed that we would never have been, she would not be famous. None of us would have what we have if it wasn't for the people that were willing to buy the theater tickets or
That's
the
right.
show tickets or the movie tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and where are the bulk of those tickets sold? I mean, yes, city centers, Los Angeles, New York are big places, but I think you'd find that there's like 270 million people. And if you got 15 in LA and 18 in New York, that still leaves a whole lot of folks somewhere else
Exactly.
that need to be buying tickets. And that's how places like this come to be. I mean, like people plan their vacations. A lot of people plan it where they can drive. This is one of the cool things about Branson is a lot of people can get here within a day's
Mhm.
drive. Pigeon Forge for the people on the East Coast was a day's drive for a lot of folks. A lot of people like that area. But this certainly has a lot of people. My mom made this a regular spot.
Yep.
And so, having said that, the spot that she made originally, and the first person to bring her here was Mel Tillis. Of course, he was a famous country singer. And you saw my mother doing a little impression. I don't know if he always had the stutter, but it was charming. It wasn't like, I mean, people made a little fun of him for it, but the reality is,
Became
Yeah.
a trademark.
It
And,
was.
and it was part of his appeal.
but I can remember her talking to him, she'd be like, hang, finish the sentence, like, finally, we got the story out. Okay, yes, I will come to your theater. But Andy Williams
Oh.
and had a
You
theater
know,
here.
when I was a little girl, 5 or 6, I was sure I was going to marry Andy Williams, and I told my dad that because we watched
You had to settle
the
for me.
Andy, I had to settle for you.
Hmm.
But also Andy was, way, but I would say, Daddy, we were watching the Andy Williams, so I said, Daddy, I'm going to marry Andy Williams. And he's, what the heck? You're 6 years old. What are you talking about? And I don't know why I connected to him like that, but I did. And I followed him till the end. And
Now, would you say
I
you
don't
had-
mean follow him like stalk him. I mean, I followed his career.
But
is
you
what I
would
mean.
you say he had a velvet voice?
I don't know. His very being
But
twinkled.
smooth,
He
yes.
twinkled. That's what I liked about him as a kid.
Twinkled in the spotlight.
Well, you can always tell about a person by looking at their face. Before 30, you have the face you were born with. After 30, you have the face you deserve because you wear your face, your life on your face. I do believe that. And Andy Williams twinkled. And it's not as if his life was without a lot of hardships and things like, like trauma or like everybody. Life is it's a full spectrum experience, but there, through it all, he twinkled and he entertained, and I wish so much that I had gotten to see him in person.
Hey, Seth, do you have that other clip?
Oh, we have a clip of Andy and Debbie.
So we got a slap on the wrist from YouTube for playing that last clip. So
We
You know,
have a
that's-
rights issue and we don't need
Now,
that.
if we were a communist country, it wouldn't be a problem. But
Ah,
I'm going to go ahead and
well.
support the idea of freedom and capitalistic points of
That's
view.
right. They deserve to make the money.
What we were going to play you, and I encourage you to go find it. Right, it's out there on the internet.
Yes, it's out. It's I
On
think it's-
YouTube. So
Fine.
what, so we'll go ahead.
Well, wait. I mean,
Could you
look,
play it without the sound?
Yeah, I could.
No. Okay.
So we can
Okay.
see Twinkling Andy and
Oh,
Debbie.
it was the music that took a hit.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
Ryan, let me ask.
I
Can we?
own that song though.
What
we
song
play-
is it?
Ryan,
That's
can we
the
play
song
it?
from The Sound of Children. So-
Yeah, but the problem is
did not
doesn't
like
know
us.
that.
Will they
Okay,
kick
but I'm
us
just
off, or
pointing-
will
I
they
They
just-
flagged it.
Okay, I want to go on record. The first time I was ever on a television special as an actor with my mother and singer, Carrie and I both,
Yep.
we sang this song that they flagged. And my mother owned all that music and the show and everything. Now, later, she performed the song with Andy Williams, which is a very cool video of the two of them beautifully harmonizing the song. Needless to say, my version was far superior at 6 years old than Andy, but what did you know at the time? But Carrie and I sang this song. It was from The Sound of Children. I played you guys some clips in the past. Did we get flagged then too? I don't know. Anyway, yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of.
a lot of
listeners
hearts.
Will they-
here like to
Ryan, will
Andy
they
Williams
kick
too.
us
It's
off
not
if
just
we
me.
do
I'm
it, or
seeing
will they
lots of
just
things.
slap us?
I would not
No, don't
chance
do the
it
music.
after
Go
one
ahead and mute
morning.
it.
Yeah, don't.
I'll
don't
mute
do
it. I'll mute it. I'll mute it.
All right, I'll just talk
I
over
don't
it.
want to be in YouTube jail.
You know what? I'll sing over it. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay, that
Just
works.
play the clip.
Just play the clip.
We're gonna let Seth try to play it.
All right, let's see.
Well, see, he should have been ready.
There it
There we go. Just make sure you mute it. Oh, I don't want to go that far back.
Oh, how cute. Oh my gosh, look at her. That is. Mute, there you go.
We don't want to go to.
But we can talk over this. And I mean, like, look at, why didn't they end up together? Why?
I actually would have preferred Bobby Darin myself.
I don't know.
She was really cute with Bobby Darin. She did that, that TV special, the
Yes,
Hope
yes,
special is
yes.
phenomenal. But the two of them, I encourage you guys to maybe try to find this because it's a beautiful song and they're harmonizing together beautifully. And by the way, this was a TV special, right? Or was this not, this is not Branson. It looks way too early because it had to be before.
Well, this looks like the Andy Williams show to me.
Andy Williams show.
Yeah, and because when I tell you, I knew everything about Andy Williams by the time I was a teenager. But look how great they look together. Look at that.
Oh, you're right. It's cute.
Yeah.
Look at that hairdo from the 60s.
And I'm
baby.
looking at some chemistry here. I'm sorry. That's what it looks like to me.
Now, let me ask you, was he married at this time? Because I'd choose him over Harry Carl. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at the way he's looking.
Now,
at
the
me.
only downside, if she hadn't married him, it would I've been a golfer because I may not have never got exposed to golf.
Yes,
if
but there are worse things.
Worse
in
things
life.
than not
Yes,
knowing golf?
it's really true.
All right, you can come off of that.
Okay.
Back to us, and we'll go off of that.
Now, can I just get up and show them something cool that's next to us?
Yeah,
And then,
but use that.
no, I'm gonna get in front of the paparazzi.
Oh, you
So
want to
is
do
the
that?
camera gonna follow me?
Well, this
We have
it's,
this weird
it's a
camera.
different. No,
that
it's not
It's
weird.
a heat-seeking missile. and
that
it
camera.
follows me everywhere I go. Okay, so
Go ahead.
are you ready? Okay, so when you come here to Beyond the Lens in Branson, there's so many cool things to do selfies, and we all love to have a good selfie, but
It's gotta-
look over here.
Okay,
The
it's got to
camera-
just pick you up. Go
Okay.
ahead. Now it's got you.
Now it's gonna follow me. There we go. Okay. This is the paparazzi wall. Is this not cool? Now, if you ever wonder what it feels like to be standing in front of the paparazzi, this is exactly what it feels like. It's just a little louder. Now, when you're here in person, the photographers are shouting at you, and you kind of, just take you just pretend like you're posing for them like this here. And someone takes your selfie from out here, and it looks like that to me, this is one of the coolest. This is one of the cool, and over here, I'm on TV breaking the red carpet event. I don't know if the camera will
Yeah, I
allow
got you
me to
behind
see
the
that.
tree.
But I've been to many a selfie place. I've never seen anything like this. This is so fun. And this place, it not only has the fly ride, but it has so many cool selfie opportunities. There's a million situations to put yourself in here, and it's just
What
really
about, you
fun.
don't want to do big,
Oh, Bigfoot. Let me take you over here. Now, this is a Bigfoot that's in the lobby. My eyes, the light. Okay, I'm back. This is the
all right, let
Bigfoot
me try
here.
to catch you close up. Go ahead.
But
I'm gonna
but
get
the
up.
Bigfoot
Yikes.
that's for the selfie upstairs is insane. Okay, this is the lobby Bigfoot for your entertainment. I'll put a picture up that Seth has of the Bigfoot that they have upstairs that you take a selfie with, and he looks absolutely human. If Bigfoot looked like that, I'd say, please can we go camping and find Bigfoot, because he's so cool.
The only Bigfoot I ever liked was Harry and the Hendersons.
Well, there's the one that's here, and it's
Oh,
huge.
yes. Oh, we didn't bring that one. Oh, this is a different one. You're
And
right.
then, did I send you just one or two pictures of Bigfoot here? Because the face, the eyes, it's absolutely human, and you can
I'll
just
zoom
get
in on this one.
up in it. Oh, well, there's his belly, there's his face, and he's so cool, and he's like 7 or 8 feet tall. So you get in there. Then I also sent you a picture of me on the moon, which it was pretty cool. So I don't know if you have that, but there's just sets here that you get in, and and the lighting is really good. And so I don't know, Seth, if you have the picture, the lunar picture, but
Let's-
that was a really fun. There it is. There I am on the moon. And you can just get right up in it. Also, I took a picture. I was an alien in the tank. So I don't know if I sent you that. I think I did. There it is. But there's so many cool things here to do these selfies in. And
You look small compared to him.
well, it's a big alien.
Is that a different alien than the one behind us?
Yeah, and then you can, if you want to, get in the Michael Jackson hyperbaric chamber up there.
I don't think you can get in it.
No, well, we'll see
can
about
see
what we
it.
can do about that in the future, because I think that that's a cool idea.
Right. Well, what we're thinking about is
So we can come back to us.
is expanding this concept, more Hollywood themed, and bringing in the big ticket items from our collection and others,
Mhm.
and really make this a world class. So much like we've been talking about for a very long time.
Yep.
That this is no new conversation here.
No, but the possibility even is just exciting because there's nothing like it anywhere. Really, there isn't.
Well, that was-
Not the way we would do it.
That
if
was
we
the
did it
point.
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Academy does very specialized things,
Mhm.
and I think that's a cool museum there, but they are very, they handle it very much like an art museum or something, and not really like a
No, ours
Hollywood
would be more
experience.
interactive. Yeah, to be, to be a true experience, because museums are great, but it would be more than that, I think. It
And my
would be-
mother's, dream was to make these artifacts available so people could see the tangible, see the thing that was in their favorite movie, worn by their favorite star. And most of those stars, if not all, are gone, long gone, but yet you can still see what they were wearing when they had these great epic
Right.
scenes in the movies. So some of the artifacts become as iconic as the movie in many ways. Say, take the ruby slippers as an example, or
Right.
the Maltese Falcon. Those become MacGuffins, and all of a sudden the central pivoting prop. But the costumes were less of a prop, but
Mhm.
that was the dress that Vivian Lee was wearing, or that was the dress that Debbie wore from Singing in the Rain.
To our home, we have a museum in our home, and in one of our theaters in there. And when people come and they walk in the front door, they just freak out, because, you're standing there looking at Shirley Temple's little tap shoes, or you're looking at you know, Carrie's something from Star Wars, a costume for Debbie's, and everything's on the TV screens. You're seeing these things, you know, in their life that in the movies. And this is what really, I think, is what makes it exciting. It's that you're seeing it, and as it was, what made it famous, and then it's right in front of you, and you can take pictures, and you know, and it's just it's like being there. It's amazing.
But
I love it.
you know, my mother searched for 50 years to
Mhm.
put her collection somewhere, and I sat through many meetings with different groups and the academy and other groups that blew her off.
Mhm.
Didn't understand really, frankly, the quote was they didn't really see the connection of the costumes or the importance of the
Except,
costumes.
you know what?
moving.
Remember when we did the first auction at the Paley Center in Beverly Hills?
Right.
And we talked about
Buried her
this
out.
before. And we had just part of the collection there, you know, because it was for the auction. And people came from all over the world, all over the country, young people, middle-aged and old.
Lined up
people,
around the block.
Lined up around the blocks. And the city of Beverly Hills literally thanked us because they had seen such a boon in their economy for Beverly Hills, because the lines were so long and people were spending money in their restaurants.
So
and
if you
their
could do that for
clothing stores.
Beverly Hills, imagine
And-
what you could do for Branson, Missouri.
I know, it was just
I don't know
so
if people
great.
fully grasp, you know, the importance and the
I hope
significance.
Debbie was the only, and you were the only ones that weren't
I only did it
surprised
because
at
of her.
all. I know, but no, you two were not surprised. Everybody else was like, oh my God, people came from all over the world to see this. Now, I really love that because and it's like Turner Classic Movies, you know, look at this, there's a channel and it's got a wide array of people that of all ages, all types that watch these movies on Turner Classic Film, and they're the classic movies.
So a lot of the
And
people that are
people-
watching the show are those people.
Exactly, but I'm just saying it's so fantastic because what that proved is that people love the golden era of Hollywood, and it was an amazing time, and that I love that people support it and want to see it because it's just not like that anymore. You know,
Well, there are certain examples, you know, like Star Wars was a good example of a film that had a revolutionary impact on
Yeah.
things. I mean, it's what made Carrie, the Princess Leia role, really made Carrie that famous as my mother in across many generations in many ways. It was rather shocking in many ways, but it was that film that did it. And it's there. You can't name another movie that has had the impact of the Star Wars
Okay, look what
franchise.
people are saying here. Kat McGowan says, Turner Classic Movies. It's the only channel I watch.
Right.
Andrea Keating, I watch it all the time. Cheryl Canning, I love that era. Glenda Stevenson is here. Kat, I looked at your schedule for the year, no Washington State, not this year, but I will probably be there within the next year.
Now,
so-
what
so
does
don't
that
worry.
have to do with
And
Turner Classic
No,
Movies? I ask you.
Thank you for that.
A plug.
But you know, people are all saying, you know, like,
Well, Turner Classic Movies is what's on at our house all the time. We are and have been
for years.
fans.
Yeah.
Well,
You
since
go to
it's
sleep to it.
well, I was there when it started. I mean, and my
Oh, I
mother
know.
made roll-ins for it, and my mother's the one that convinced Robert Osborne to take the job. A lot of people don't realize it, but Robert was on the fence about moving from New York, or at least coming even to do the shows initially, because they would come and tape the shows.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, that became iconic for him. But Robert Osborne was like, man, I don't know if I should do this, Debbie, you know, because I have my reviewing career at the Hollywood Reporter. I don't know if I should drop that. And she's like, do it in
Exactly.
Carrie's fashion, you know, and he, I don't know that it was certainly a push, you know, like Debbie pushed him off the edge.
Yeah.
And now he was iconic for that. But that also is what I believe he was an instrumental person in making that work.
Yeah.
The people that are there now are just kind of the torchbearers, you know, they're picking up where he left off. If he wasn't there, there would be no Turner Classic
Right.
Movies, in my view. I really thought he was awesome. But the films, you know, is what people are gravitating towards, those classic movies, the stars that we don't have with us anymore, and frankly, many of the stars couldn't hold a candle to these people.
No, and I mean, with not to chop people out, but it just isn't
don't
the
mind.
same. So if we can't live in it, we can visit it, and that's what would this whole thing be about. Now, what I wanted to ask, because we're here and you're there, before we go to our guest, I wanted to know if we have any more clips that you wanted to see to show, and
I don't think
so
we had
we'll
another
ask
clip, did we?
or any photos or
No more
anything.
clips. We have pictures of the outside that can lead.
Yes, that was my next thing. We want to show you the outside entrance to where we are right now.
And it's
Does
going to get a little bit of a facelift. So if you don't, when you get here and you're looking for this exact picture,
It'll be close. That's right. So look at those hands are huge. I wish I was standing there for scale because you have to, it's two
well, you can see
hands
the
holding a
doors
camera.
are inside the lens there.
Right. And I think you can get in the lens and have, it's a selfie opportunity right there. But this building is massive. It doesn't, you cannot tell that from this shot because it's so deceiving. But this is where we are right now. And this is opening in March. And, you know, if you are in this area, you have to do the fly ride. You have to do the Selfie Emporium because it's just so much fun. And then we'll keep you posted
Well,
about what happens.
we don't know for sure, but we are studying this right now
Yeah.
as potentially to become a home for our collection, etc.
Yeah.
Now, earlier we ran a clip, and my mother was talking about Milt Tillis and his theater, and then we ran the clip of her singing. You can come back to us now. And when she was singing, she was in Milt Tillis's theater.
Yes.
And when we got here, we said to the city, oh, we're, thinking about coming to town. And is there anybody in the city that would like to, would be interested in hearing, what we're thinking about doing? And so we called the mayor's office and they sent somebody over to us. Now, the person they sent over is
The mayor has the flu, so
that's his excuse, but I'm glad because who he sent over is a really cool connection
yeah.
to
Well,
my,
people here.
oh, you have that picture, I'll bet, Seth, don't you?
Which one? Okay.
Wait, so Seth, bring in that picture if you have it. Do you have the picture of my mother holding the
The
child?
baby, yeah,
Earth calling Seth. Oh, he's looking. There he is.
that's right.
Okay, so zoom in on that picture. And now what we're going to do is we're going to,
Oh, look at that,
that's classic Debbie stuff too, let me tell you.
holding that baby.
And what we're going to do here, if I can do it, let me see how I can do this here. I'm going to put this up.
I think I might give him my mic.
Okay, yeah, for a minute, sure.
Yeah, for his.
Okay, so we're going to turn off the tracking and I'm going to put that camera over there. Now, so you've looked at this picture. Now cut to me. Now you see, have we cut yet? Not sure
Yes.
okay. All right. So there's that baby. This is Marshall, grandson.
This is
of
of Mel
of Mel.
Tillis. Now, this is Marshall Howen, Branson City Alderman, which is like the what you call that?
City council.
The city council,
Mhm.
yes. And he's also the ambassador to the theaters here.
That's
Is that,
right.
I'm getting that
You
right?
got it right.
Because I've never heard of that title, but what a great title, because I think every entertainment town should have an ambassador to the theaters.
Oh, you're speaking my language. You
Yeah.
know, when Larry Milton, who you were talking about, was the mayor with the flu, when he got elected, he kind of created this title for me because he felt that it was important. We were heading in a different direction for a number of years in this community where people thought the days of the shows were over, but not this current regime. We believe far from that. We believe that live music shows and theaters have a strong place, not just in our past, but in our future as well. So.
Well, people, because of phones and technology, everybody's like, oh, live theater has had it. But, and that may be true for some percentage of the world, but there's still a lot of people that want to feel a live show. There's nothing like a live show.
Well, if I could say, I think, when people talk to me about Las Vegas, I think that a lot of people say, you know what I miss? I miss the headliners. I miss the live music. I miss, because there's so much Cirque du Soleil and there's so many big giant
Production
productions.
shows.
And that's all great, but there's nothing, and it is why I think Donny Osmond is such a huge star in Vegas, because his show is he's a headliner, but it's a theatrical experience that he created that takes us all on an emotional journey.
Sure.
And
Well, and
so,
one thing the Osmonds 100% understood, which is what my grandpa understood, is that the family show.
yeah.
And that's in a lot of ways what made Branson Branson. I was on stage when I was about that size, about 3 months old, you
Yeah.
know, and so it was really special from the Osmonds, and then everybody who was anybody here who came put their kids in the show. It was just part of what you did.
And they
you know?
wanted to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
that was part of the thing. My mother, of course, put my sister and I in shows, maybe not as young as you. That's really young.
Yeah,
But you know, my mother used to call herself a vaudevillian.
sure.
And the history of all of this live performing was vaudeville, you know, going way back, especially in this country. And what that really meant was variety shows. And I mean, isn't that what this town is? Just a giant variety show.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. And there's so much history. Even where we stand right now, this was the Campbell's Ozark Jubilee and the Ozark Mountain Hayride. At one point, it was the Barbara Fairchild Theater, if people remember that name from the past. So just each individual spot has such a history of
Run
its
me
own.
through some of the old names besides Mel.
Of course, well, you guys mentioned Andy
Andy,
Williams,
right.
you know, Roy Clark and Mickey Gilley and Ray Stevens were here. And I mean, yeah, Tony Orlando,
Yep.
you know, Bobby Vinton at one point, you know, so it wasn't just the country acts, but I always think that the through line was a lot of the individuals who made the circuit on either the Johnny Carson show or, like you said, with Andy Williams, had a talk show of their own in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
That kind of was a through line that connected a lot of these sort of disparate acts that made the sort of the Branson stars.
The Dolly
So-
Parton thing seems popular here, right?
Absolutely. Dolly's a huge, and that's a,
What is the name of that building? It's
Stampede?
Yeah,
Stampede.
Dolly
yes,
Stampede.
Yes.
Now, wait a
Absolutely.
minute. It was the Dixie Stampede. And where
Yes,
I come from,
yes.
it's just fine to say Dixie.
I'm from
I
Tennessee, and
why would you
yeah.
be offended? I'm just like, get over it. I mean,
Yeah, well, it's a new era. My pronouns are Mickey and Gilly, by the
There
way.
you
So
go.
yeah.
well, this show is never very politically
Yes,
correct.
fair
I'm
enough.
kind of old school, you know, where
Yeah.
you could tell a joke on this show if it's a good joke.
Right.
And it's fine. I mean, we knew a lot of the performers you're talking about, and I think about the old comedians and Don Rickles, people like that.
Sure.
I mean, you talk about politically incorrect.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And my grandpa, he'd say, 90% of my stories are 100% true. So
my mother used to say, never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
yeah, absolutely.
That's another way
There
of
you go.
putting that.
Yeah.
But but he had sort of a variety show because I know that he also, besides the singing, there was a lot of storytelling.
Yeah, and you mentioned the rain curtain, and as soon as I saw that rain curtain, I knew that was Granddaddy's Theater. You know?
Yeah.
And we had,
Why was that there?
well, you know, it was
If
funny.
you know, it wasn't there for you as a kid, or did they bathe you in there?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I
That's
was
why-
baptized in that font. Yes.
Thank you.
No, one song. They call the wind Mariah. That's in the storm and the whole thing. And so
'Cause that's an expensive add-on. That's not like, what do you think? Should we put that in? I mean, that was like a design, you know, because you have to modify the entire proscenium, the
absolutely.
entire front of the stage.
Yeah.
Um,
And we had the squeegee world champion, by the way. He worked for us. So,
I
yeah.
remember that. I remember that no matter which way you want to slice it, it splashed
Right.
enough to where people were slipping and sliding.
And in the basement, we had a really extensive basement tunnel system, giant water tank, because that's what you had to have a feature like that.
Right, you're not
So-
hooking that up to a faucet.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, you understand that the front of that stage is probably 50 feet across roughly.
Right.
And so you imagine trying to have a curtain of water 50 feet wide. I mean, you know, no flow restrictors there.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
it's
you
not-
know. But I tell you, Todd, so I'm from the South, like I was mentioning,
kidding.
you know, yeah, right. Well, and you know, when you're in the Carolinas, so to speak, you go down the road.
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the
Right.
Morning,
and nothing could be sweeter than my baby when I meet her in the.
morning.
Okay, enough of that.
Well, you know, I mentioned that we're a whole variety show in and of
I
ourselves.
know,
here,
I'm
but
sorry about that.
No,
I didn't
but-
bring my taps with me, but
I
whatever.
expect him to throw that to me.
Somebody's got to do it.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mentioned that because, you know, you go down the road in these southern states and they have those historical markers on the side of the road that say this was the Battle of Chickamauga,
Right,
all these
sure,
things.
sure.
See, I envision as the mayor's ambassador to the shows, that someday we'll have that, you know, across the street, Loretta Lynn sang Coal Miner's Daughter here every night for over on 248 where my grandpa's show
Aren't you
was.
building a little museum?
We
for-
do have a museum. Yeah.
Now, wait, you're building a museum though of the town, so to speak, the history of the town.
Well, really the history of the live music shows in our community, you know?
That
Um,
I think is essential because if we don't, remember and put it out there for people to see, I think it's important for them to understand how we all got here
Absolutely.
and that history and the stuff. Once
Yeah.
again, right? Aren't you collecting stuff?
Certainly.
Now, wait,
certainly.
you showed me the giant guitar neck.
Yeah, yeah, that was atop the Jim Stafford Theater. It's 40 foot tall, 2,000 pound neon behemoth. They called it the crown jewel of Branson, right in the middle of the strip. And that kind of began the collection. So since then, we've collected 30 or so neon signs that sit over just about a half a mile from here as the crow flies. And then we've got the rack cards and brochures. By the way, I brought you a
You can
gift.
show that.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, wait, we're over here. Oh, wait, we have that too, though. Oh, this is actually, this is
Yeah.
a piece of memorabilia.
That's right. Add that to your collection. So
We will. So, so what he gave me here, I think Ryan, I sent you a picture of this, but, or Seth, I think I sent you, this is the show schedule from 1996. And then you'll notice there's on the bottom part here, there's a little square that's got Debbie's picture and then it shows her schedule. And man, look at all the Debbie schedules.
and it's got it on the inside too. It's got a photo of it.
Oh,
More than I realized.
okay. So there we go. Well, this particular year, apparently we were getting in here a lot because all those red squares,
Yeah.
just like the Hollywood squares, the red square. No, that's, oh yeah, that's Debbie at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't, and by the way, I do not have this. And, but you had to have a guy like Mel, that knew these people and they were cool with coming. Cause my mother wouldn't just work for Genghis Khan,
Right.
if Genghis called and said, Debbie, I want you over here in Mongolia. We've got a really beautiful theater. And, the Mongolians really appreciate Bill. She probably wouldn't have gone, but
Right.
when Mel
Yeah.
called, I mean, she was like, absolutely.
Todd, there were so many people, both in Vegas and Nashville, that they just kept saying, what is Melvin doing in the Ozarks? And they had to see it for themselves. So they came in droves.
Well, that would be the same question that would get asked of us if we brought the museum here. You can
Sure.
imagine
Yeah.
that they'd be like, well, wait a minute, why is it going there? And I still say the argument that, this is where the people that might appreciate it the most are.
Sure.
And what I love about it is that people that may never see Branson would come here to see it and then discover this amazing city.
While
I have
they're
a
at it.
question for you.
Please.
Someone has asked if you are Pam Tillis's son. Now, I know the answer, but I want you to give it.
Pantelis is my aunt,
Yes,
and she is the oldest, and my mom's the second oldest, and my mom's name's Connie.
there you
So,
go.
yep.
So, what's funny is that Pam, I didn't even put the connection to, but Lori Morgan and Pam Tillis went on tour together not that long ago, some years ago, and I saw them and they were just incredible,
But you have a family of performers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
to this day. right?
Absolutely,
Are you,
yeah.
you're not the youngest. I bet you there's younger ones of you, right?
My cousin, he does a lot of mixing and recording and stuff down in Austin, Texas, and so
But let me just say this guy, I'm looking over here. This guy got a third of the vote for mayor. Am I wrong?
yeah, that was the first year that I ran.
That-
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. That's a big deal.
Well, it speaks to it's interesting because I'm the young guy, but I kind of represent a little bit of the old kind of way of thinking in this community as far as
Well, your family
People-
has got deep roots.
absolutely. And people that want to keep those traditions. Listen, Branson's faith family flag at our core. We don't shy away from that. We welcome everyone to this community, but we're not afraid of Americana and who we are. And
But if you think you're going to burn a flag around here, I'd just stay somewhere else.
yeah.
That is what also attracts me to this, because when we first drove in and
Oh,
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I mean, it just doesn't get any more Americana than this, and I just love that about Branson. I love it.
But
Yeah.
also, you have significant things like the Branson Landing is a modern shopping
Oh,
village
Yeah.
down by the river. It's amazing. The river is right there. So you have fishing and other things. So there's a diversity of things to do. I was listening to a guy talk the other day in our little meeting, and he said people are planning their whole routine when they come here. Like, maybe I'm going to do a little fishing. I'm going to do a little shopping. I'm going to put the kids over here. And it's incredible to have this many choices.
Oh, certainly. People say when they come to Branson, they don't have enough time to do what they want to do, essentially.
Well,
So
that's why you get a lot of repeaters, I bet.
we sure do. Yeah. It's a definite core part of our market. So
I would be, if I were planning a trip here, you would probably want to see a schedule. I know people book well in advance, right?
Yeah.
Are the shows booked like way out?
depending on the show. The
Well, some people are
Haygoods,
here all the time.
absolutely.
Like I know the Texas Tenors are friends of Cats.
Yeah.
And I came in this very theater to see the Texas, not that I was coming to see them. I didn't even
Sure.
really know them, but I
Got it.
came to this theater many years ago, saw them here, and they're regulars, right?
They are.
So do you still have a lot of that?
We do. We have a lot of people that do. I don't know if you would call them residencies, but they come and they do their
Regulars.
time. Regulars. There you go. We've just got a new amphitheater south of town, which Johnny Morris and Bass Pro Shops opened up, and they've had Garth Brooks and anybody who's anybody's come down there. So live music and live entertainment is still alive and well. in this
Now,
community.
isn't Bass Pro, so this is, well, the state is the home of Bass Pro, right?
Just 30 minutes north in Springfield was where it was started.
Yeah,
So,
that's another piece of roots around here is the Bass Pro Shop.
absolutely.
If you've never been to a Bass Pro,
Well, here's
it's
right across the
awesome.
Street from where we live in Las Vegas,
Got it.
the big one, and
Yes.
it's incredible. I love those shops.
And you know, it's like somebody would say, "Oh, I don't care about Bass Pro." It's like, okay, that's fine, but there's like a lot of people that do. I mean, that
Yeah.
thing is an amazing business, and the idea that it was founded and started, you know, right here, and then there's one right down the street.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, you need it there though too, because it is sort of the supply depot for all the activities that one would want to do.
Absolutely. He owns Cabela's now too. It's a
He gobbled them up.
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Can I just say, Todd, I really strongly believe in your mission and the mission that your mom had. You know,
Well,
I've
thank
been
you.
I told you, I've been an avid collector of the Wizard of Oz since I was, like I said, about that age.
Now I
you
want to hear a
know,
little bit about that. Don't lose your train of thought, but I mean,
Please, please.
tell me about your little collection.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, but I just think people here would really get what you're doing and believe in the movie memorabilia and all the nostalgia that it takes.
Because a lot of
So,
our people that are on this watching right now, they're collectors.
fantastic.
Like you though.
Yes.
They maybe they don't have the money to have $1 million item, but
Yeah.
but they have their collection at the scale that they can afford. And we do a lot of fundraising and things for different things. And my mother made big chunks of her collection and it sort of had extra things
Yeah.
for these purposes. It started long ago. If we were running a film the other night about my mother that was used when she won the Jean Hersholt Academy Award
Yeah.
back in 16. And at the end, we run a credit roll of all the different charities that she's been involved with. And it's this long list. And everybody even laughed.
Yeah.
Because the credit roll just keeps going.
Right.
But what she used to do, besides go, is a lot of times she would give, you know, a thing, you know, that could be auctioned off to help raise funds. And a lot of times it was costumes and things. I'm shocked sometimes a dress will show up over here. And I'm like, well, how did you get that?
Right.
You know, and it was sold at an auction, you know, because she was out there doing that. So she always had sort of in the back of her mind that other people could be the caretakers.
Sure.
Like you have your collection from the Wizard of Oz. So you're a caretaker of that stuff.
Yes.
You know, and some of it might be irreplaceable at one point or another, you know, where you have artifacts that don't seem like they're that rare, but all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised that all
Yeah.
of a sudden things all of a sudden are valuable. And I just wanted you to tell me a little bit about what do you have in your collection?
Sure. Well, I don't have necessarily the ruby slippers or any artifacts like
I
that.
thought for
but-
sure you would have got, you didn't spend 30 million.
No,
last-
no.
I
My
thought-
wife's here. She wouldn't let me, you know,
I
so.
thought you were going to tell me you were the guy that bought the $30 million pair that went up in Heritage last month. That wasn't you, though?
No, but I did bid on Bert Lahr's lion costume. I did. I missed
you
out
ask?
just on that, you know.
That was like 5 million.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I don't necessarily have artifacts from the film, but I mean, it's
Collectibles.
collectibles. And it was every birthday and every Christmas. And
But
that's
tell me
what
what it is. What is it?
Sure. Well, I mean, it's figurines and it's throw rugs and it's, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. You know, anything that's magnets and pewter figures and just all kinds of stuff.
The
So
merch.
the merch, that's right.
We saw Bert Lahr's headpiece of the lion, and
Wow.
I remember it was in really bad shape. And then
Well, I know a lot about that because
What is
when,
it?
well, at the original auction at MGM, literally the lion suit was in a bag in pieces.
Wow.
Like it was the guy that restored that spent a ton of money, basically starting over. I mean, they had the original material, but all the latex had rotted away. So
Yeah.
all you had was this fur.
Right.
It was just like a bag of fur.
Oh my goodness.
So they had to rebuild that whole thing, and they did an amazing job. But you know, they're the purists that wouldn't like that. But you would have no lion costume
That's
otherwise.
exactly right.
You know, there are a number of things. My mother has a pair of the ruby slippers. There are a lot of ruby slippers out there. Some of them are beat up pretty heavy because, in a good way,
Sure.
Judy danced the friggin' souls off of them. So you could say, oh, this is awesome because these were danced in shoes. If they're not danced in, they're really less valuable in some ways, or if they're not screen used, all of those factors.
Sure.
So I mean, but collectibles, interestingly enough, it's like the Star Wars collectibles. Ryan is one of our producers, and he has a huge collectible collection of action figures, but everything like you.
Yeah.
He has the plates and the shoes and the lunchbox and
Sure.
whatever, and that is a good example.
Well, and Todd, what it does is it keeps it fresh in your mind. So as I got a little bit older, let's say to my pre-teen years, and I got really, truthfully, more into sports and football and that kind of stuff, all those things were still on my wall.
You got
And
any
it was a
Kansas City sports
reminder.
stuff?
I do have some
I
Kansas City
thought you
sports
might.
stuff. Yes, absolutely. So, that was the reminder and kept that. And, we're in the middle of America. That is, L. Frank Baum's classic American fairy tale. And
Sure
so,
is.
of course, it's big right now with the Wicked film out. So I just think what you guys are doing is right down the right road.
I like
So,
it that it has another life because of Wicked. Some
Certainly.
people were like, "Oh, that's not the real story." We moved our camera. That's not the original story. That's it's like you can't do that. And so I really feel like it's important. We drifted you out of frame there.
got it.
Oh,
Yeah, let me scoot on in.
No, I
All
mean,
good, all
I
good.
should be able to. Oh, I got to go here. Let me do it this way.
was it following me?
It might have decided
This
these.
just has like a heat-seeking missile.
Gotcha.
following.
Well, I have
Yeah.
to shut that off. See, here it wants to track. I don't want any tracking.
Right.
Just stay, calm the hell down. But
First time ever broadcasting from a different location than our theater.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty
And
neat.
it's working.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah,
you see what it likes and wants to do. Like it can be moved.
Yeah. But it wants to move on its
But I
own.
want,
It's gotta-
well, I have to turn that off. For some reason, it seems to be have a mind of its own. The Wizard of Oz, though, is another one of those things like Star Wars. By the way, when it was Academy Award time back in the 30s, that Wizard of Oz went up against Mr. Cisco's of Washington and Gone with the Wind.
absolutely.
And of course, it lost. But does that mean that it was not an important movie? Well, time has proven out that it was.
Right.
But interestingly enough, my mother, in her wisdom as a collector, did not just collect Academy Award winning movies,
Right.
because the Academy, as we all know, can make mistakes and also be biased and blow with the wind. A lot of blowing with the wind, and consequently they miss things.
Oh.
So not that Gone with the Wind didn't deserve it, but it's like, how do you not say the Wizard of Oz is an all-time piece of Americana?
Sure.
I mean, it is the fabric of our nation. And so those movies that have been made throughout this century, are so important to where we've been and where we're going. And that's why I love that you're doing the museum on your
Yeah.
town here, because every little thing is important to preserve. And since we live in a decade where everything is torn down and new buildings are put up, now I know that keeps Bill Killian employed, but it's not really good for our legacy and history. Tearing everything down.
Yeah.
Now I noticed around here, because I haven't been here for probably like 10 years. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was about 10 years ago.
And I've noticed a lot of improvements,
Certainly. We're doing a Highway 76 revitalization project, which is all up and down. We call this the Strip. We have our own strip here in Branson,
Why not?
but it's 76 Country Boulevard, and we're working to improve it for future generations, essentially. So
Well, the Riverwalk down by Branson,
Yes.
that was a huge thing. The RV park down there, I had stayed at 20 something years ago, and
Got
it was
Oh, that's
a little, it
looking
was,
good. We
it
saw
was
it
more
today.
interesting back then.
yeah,
Over
that's
the years.
that's a
So-
capital improvement project we've been working on. So
That's a really cool RV park, though. I'm a
Yeah.
major RV person since my first car was an RV
sure.
when I was 16. So
Got it.
I have been RVing long before there were great RV parks. And now that's a world-class RV park.
Yeah, well, and it used to be, so that is Branson Landing Boulevard. Branson Landing is the development you talked about, but that's now changed and become Branson Landing Boulevard. Originally, it was Boxcar Willie Drive. Of course,
Is that
Boxcar
because of the
Willie,
train tracks there?
the train tracks, and Boxcar, he was the
Oh, yeah.
the guy in this town, really. You asked Tony Orlando, he was the Don, essentially. But and so there's only one portion that's still Boxcar Willie Drive, and it's the portion that the city's campground actually sits on. So my organization paid for a plaque that just kind of talks about Boxcar Willie, and
I think the more of that, the better.
Yeah.
I don't want to see us forget those stories.
no,
You have a train down there too.
yeah,
Tell me about that ride.
absolutely.
It
Branson-
wasn't a ride originally. That was the real train.
It
right?
was, but it's the Branson Scenic Railway now. And in Christmas time, they do the Polar Express, and you cannot get a ticket. I mean, you have to book your ticket now for next
But
Christmas.
it's the 1960s like the old Starliner. You know,
Yeah.
it's a cool old locomotive, and the train. Those are the old Santa Fe style train
Yes.
cars with the Pullman Skyview.
Yeah, and it goes down into Arkansas, which, yeah, we're the heart of the Ozarks here, but just 15 minutes down the road, I mean, you're going to see the gorgeous rolling hills of the Ozark Mountains.
Now, do you
So,
cross the state line?
You do.
Oh, so if you're trying to get out of the state of Missouri for legal reasons, you can jump on the train and cross the state line, and they probably won't catch you.
That's right. That's right.
Now, I also noticed down there the new building, you know, the convention center.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting thing because people like Vegas obviously is the convention capital of the world.
Sure.
But to be honest with you, I've also seen the prices to put a convention on in Vegas get to the point where it's insane. So I know people are always looking for that.
Absolutely. And the question is, and you know, you can do it in Vegas. Vegas has become more friendly, family friendly over the decades. But, you know, do you want to bring your family here? Do you want to get to a place where you can drive through, you know, to? And so, I mean, we just have so many advantages. We built a new sports complex, and families that want to bring their kids for tournaments here can come and experience everything that Branson has to
That's
offer.
not
So,
the building that I saw. This is you mean like an outdoor complex?
yeah, well, in the old Red Roof Mall, they've made it, and they're replicas of old ballparks, right? So Fenway Park and Wrigley Field and Busch Stadium and all those
You
kinds
mean
of
they made
things.
a miniature of them?
They have, yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
And kids come and play. So
I noticed that other place down there that was like a where they had the rock climbing and all that inside.
yeah.
How
Fritz
many-
Adventure on the Strip.
I saw like 250 go-kart tracks.
That's yes.
Now, it
that's
used
one
to
of
be
the
you had like 250 things, but I don't think that's the case anymore.
things. There's still some
balanced
around,
out.
but yeah, but I think the
No,
go-karts
but
are taking
that's
it.
see, that was the thing. Like, I think a lot of people maybe in the past have perceived that there's not the level of, certainly it's not the Mirage or something
Right,
like that.
right.
And the Mirage is no longer anyway. We tore that down too.
Yeah.
But Vegas, you know, has like this high bar for entertainment and stuff like that. But I think it's like over the top, and none of that little stuff is there anymore.
Well, and not only that, I mean, it's because, you know, I love Las Vegas. It's my home, but it's.
Maybe we should live there.
So we should. You know, but I go to see a show and it costs $50 or $60 to park my car.
Wow.
And, you know, I mean, that's the price of a ticket. Ticket prices, period, are out of control. And this town has affordable entertainment, which is what I love. Affordable everything, actually. But, you know, so the bigger it gets, the more expensive it gets. And I don't know how people do it, because just to pay that much to park your car is insanity, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I love about Branson too, is that it's wallet friendly, it's people
I
friendly.
noticed the price of gas here was $1 cheaper than Nevada.
Really? Oh my
Come to
gosh.
Branson, folks.
Just to fill up your tank.
Well, I just wanted to ask you, so your job, when you are the ambassador to the theaters,
Yeah.
here, what do you do with them? What is that like? What's your day like?
Well, you know, there's been a long, storied history of kind of, you know, I won't say fights, but sort of interactions between the local Chamber of Commerce, the citizens of Branson, and City Hall. How are we going to market it? What are going to be the forefront of our marketing? Is our live music shows, like we said, going to continue to be one of the #1 drivers to our community? So things like that. I also serve on the Chamber Board of Directors in my capacity as the ambassador to the shows. And it's things like that. It's promoting the shows. We've done a number of what we call entertainer holidays. Andy Williams Day. Actually, we gave Andy Williams a whole week. So Mel Tillis Day, Shoji Tabuchi Day. You know, and again, they may sound like frivolous proclamations that the mayor reads and then they go off into the ether. But to me, it shows folks that Branson has not forgotten our place as the live entertainment capital of the world, which is what we call ourselves. And so those kinds of things, you know, interacting with the shows. There's a new really strong SEM marketing program where all the shows kind of pool their resources and can kind of get some of those top spaces on Google, which is extremely competitive. And we want folks to be coming directly to their box office. So
Right.
you know, there's a myriad of things that involve history, the current industry, and just honoring what got us to the dance, essentially.
I
So
love that. And you always dance with the person that brought
that's
you.
right. That's
That
right.
is one of my favorite sayings.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot tell you how much we've enjoyed having you as a
Yeah,
guest.
it's been
And
blessed.
how great it's been. We got to spend 2 days together.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right. Do you want to bring her over? You're hiding over there.
Come here, babe.
Yeah, but Kat, it's so great to meet you.
Kendra is my wife's name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kendra, I heard you call her Kat.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. All right.
His better half.
Yeah,
That's right.
she saw.
She's way prettier than you. You
I
know
agree,
that?
100%. And she saw all the people that are on y'all's live. She said, we're famous. So
There you go. Well, anyway, we thank you for coming on, and I love what you're doing here, and
I
you know,
do
you
too.
certainly have our support.
Thank you so much.
Forever. And regardless of, you know, if we don't figure this out, you know, if it was up to you and me, I think we know what would happen.
To go.
You know, so I got to find like-minded people. You know, that's part of what we're here to ask your help. And, you know, we want to get, I mean, it's beyond the mayor. This is a larger thing, but I mean, I think the state and the city, you know, certainly would benefit by this. I like the town, you know, what can I tell you? You know, it's a little bit of my route as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ran those clips. Not that my mom didn't play a few places, but most of them I really wouldn't want to go back to.
Sure. Sure. I get
Johnny
it.
Lane Theater was cool in Chicago, but not my favorite town.
Right. Right. I get it.
Although that was owned by the mob. Yeah, she liked working for the mob
Okay.
back in the day because she would say, they were like, Debbie, you
Yeah.
like working for the mob here? And she'd say, oh, I don't mind at all. They're like, God, I'm kind of shocked. You know? She'd say, well, I'll tell you why, their check never bounces. True though. Like, yeah, but that's like, I mean, people know what that's like. You know,
Yeah.
if you're a performer, you can occasionally get yourself in a position where, oh, thank you very much. I'll take this home. You get on cash the check, you're done.
Yeah.
And here you just did it.
Call the ambassador. Yeah. That's when they grabbed me. So yeah.
So I think what I want to do is bring Bill in here for a minute. You willing to come on for a minute, Bill?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
Thank
y'all
you,
so
pal.
much. Yeah.
Much. It was great having you
Great to
here.
meet you guys. Absolutely.
Now, the next, my next guest,
You know what I want to do? I want to just say, if you're enjoying the show, please like and subscribe because it's so great. And also I see people are donating and we just appreciate
give
that.
Bill
so
your
much.
mic.
Yes, I'm going to take the mic off of you.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on Bill. We appreciate you donating so much because as always, it helps with the production of the show and our legacy projects here. Also, we have another guest that we love so much.
Yeah, and this actually-
brought us here to have meetings.
This actually sets up even next week's show because next week we have some clips prepared about a project where Bill and I met.
Yeah.
So Bill is part of a family that's been in construction since the
75 years.
75 years. All you were two at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Third generation.
He would build buildings at 2 years old. It was amazing. He was on all the Believe It or Not shows. No, his family's been doing it in Springfield forever, right? It's always out of Springfield, right?
Based out of Springfield, but we work around the continental United States.
Well, I know you go other places,
Yeah.
but wasn't that sort of where it all started?
It all started in Springfield. Yeah, with my father and my grandfather.
Well, he has a amazing construction company. And for those of you that haven't seen it, next week, we're going to show some of this. So maybe I'll steal some of the footage from here.
Well, to start with, Bill is one of the owners of this theater that
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
sitting in
My,
Bill-
partner,
he
my
built
partner, Randy.
Randy.
And he built it though.
No,
The building.
we did not.
You
build.
took it over.
We took it over. Yes. It was built probably back in, I think, the 90s. And I believe, and Marshall had a little bit more history, that there was probably some theaters that were here before Rick Huffman, who owns the Branson Landing, actually, I think, turned this into what is the Starlight Theater. And that was probably back in, I think, the 80s or 90s.
Well, when I met you, it was like early 2000s, right? It was
Yeah.
Bell Island.
Yeah, Bell Island, Tennessee.
Before the economic crash, right?
Yes.
And Bill became the contractor for the development of that entire island.
Yes.
But specifically, really the crowning jewel of that project was the building that
It
he
was.
built for the museum.
Huge.
It was a gigantic multi-story building, very high ceilings, 3 theaters.
It was incredible.
And we're going to talk about that
Yeah.
next week. But what's funny about life is, you know, we met during that time, the economy tanked, everybody got their ass kicked. And, you know, but we remained friends and, you know, you can always tell the
He
quality of
even
a
wrote a
person.
nice thing about me in his book.
Ah, well, yeah, I always like to say you can tell the quality of a person when you see how they behave under stressful and horrible situations, especially when it has to do with money. So, you know, he's one of those people, you know, he really is a quality person. So we've stayed friends. And over the years, when he took over this building, you had it before. And we even talked about my mother being here.
Yes. Yes, we did.
back in the day.
Randy and I and some investors bought it in 2007. And we brought in, actually back then, we brought in the Liverpool Legends, and we had them here for several years. And then we brought in other entertainers over the next 10 years. Texas Tenors were
Texas
here.
Tenors.
Your friends?
Tenors.
Yes.
Played your theater here and loved it.
Yeah. Kenny Rogers,
Oh,
he was here
Yeah.
sometime. Gosh, we had a lot. Marshall could probably tell me better than me who was here.
Well, I
So-
remember when I was here, you had a big, like almost like a bicentennial, a real Americana show. And I think
Yeah.
that's when the Texas Tenors were part of that. I
Yeah,
think.
yes.
But at that time, it was just a big, like 1,000-seat theater,
Yes.
where we were doing live shows. There was none of this. So how did it get to this?
Okay, so we were approached by some individuals to turn it into an attraction, and it ultimately became what it is today, Beyond the Lens, which again, it has the fly ride. It's got memorabilia on the inside, and I love you talking about being selfies.
Lots
And
of
here-
lots of selfies.
So
I love it.
anyway, we're going to try to get it back open for the first season in March. And we're talking to you all about what we can bring in here and try to upgrade. what
Well,
we've got.
you saw that picture we ran earlier. It's a beautiful building, and let me just actually show you what's going on over our head here. So looking up, I want you
This
can,
is just one little room.
this
of
is
this
all
gigantic building.
glass over our head. I mean, the building is spectacular. And now what you're seeing here are these facades that looks like the outside of different streets, kind of like it does when you walk down the street. In this case, it's like a marquee going into a theater and you come out of the
Yes.
theater and the paparazzi's there. But that's just one of
We call
many
this
facades.
Main Street,
Main
basically
Street.
in here.
But that really lends itself to sort of the movie themes. And,
Yes.
and they have a lot of different rooms. In fact, did you want to,
I don't
did you want to run with that?
do, it's this, which camera is it? This?
It's this one. We were thinking we might let Kat take a walk.
Let's see how far
Let's see.
we go. And I'm going to need a,
Now, do you see Kat?
gonna-
There she is.
I'm going to need a tour guide. I think so.
Well, we'll come back. Why don't we go
Okay.
with her?
Sure.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk with Kat and her phone. So
Hold on.
now don't hold it vertically.
You should leave your post.
I tell you what, I'm going to hold the camera for you.
Do you want me to go with you?
No, I tell you what, look,
We'll
No.
both be,
we're all going.
okay. Oh, boy.
Executive
We
decision.
are- You know what?
You just talk.
I don't have Ryan in my ear and that makes me nervous.
That's
Okay,
okay.
If you go, okay.
You guys yell if we drop out or
Okay,
something.
we are,
Go upstairs.
okay. So where's the prism room? Up here?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go into this. Now, how are we going to know if you leave your post? that-
Now, do you have the audio,
The
Ryan?
I'm sorry, I think it said prison, but the prison room's downstairs.
Just
Okay, that's
somebody
fine.
tell me.
Yes,
if you
we're
have-
good.
Yeah.
We're
have
good.
the Sound okay.
We're
But
good.
you see, Todd, if you stay at your post, if
No, I wanted to make sure we had audio.
I lose you. then
I just unmuted the sound because we want this speaker, the microphone,
Are out, so.
not all, but just walk
Okay.
through to see some of the things.
So.
It's muted down for the season, but we brought up some lights so we could, see where we were going and what we were doing.
The dance room.
Oh,
Well, this is all what I was saying though, about all these different rooms that you go through, can be also converted into great gallery spaces. These are very big rooms.
That we would eventually take over with the museum, but right now, this is the pop culture room that we're in. And then there's so much stuff in here to see. It's really the history of pop.
Well, some of it though, relates to us and some doesn't,
Right,
some
so
of it.
what does, we keep, and this over here.
You have to speak towards me.
What's in here, Bill? Where are we going?
this is like for the kids where they can shoot baskets and it's an interactive play zone for the kids.
And I think some of that, of course, is what we would likely, replace with Hollywood exhibits if we decide to do this, because there's all these different rooms, and they're filled with these different experiences. But these experiences would be different than what we call a Hollywood experience.
Oh, here, you can be a GI Joe.
Yeah,
You can be, or you're a Barbie.
Okay, I'll get in the bar. This, you can be a GI
Todd,
Joe.
you go be,
This is the.
No, I want to.
and you go be Barbie.
Hey, Barbie?
I'll be Barbie, you
Okay,
be Joe.
I will be GI Joe. with-
This is perfect.
I identify as Barbie for the moment.
And I am GI Joe with lifelike hair and kung fu grip. That's me. So I've got over here. So these are some of the other, oh, there's a bed. So if you did it right.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that works.
I have pictures of me.
Okay.
What do you wanna-
Okay.
well, let's see, what do you do?
Well, you know.
You're supposed to lay down?
Well, what you would do is you shoot it a certain way and then it looks like you are.
Oh, they green screen.
Upside down.
They green screen
It
it.
looks like you're like upside down in a bed. It's then over.
I mean,
here,
most of these are like underwater,
This
underwater.
here.
You want to go to prison?
No, I don't, but but at least now I'll know how tall I am.
5'6".
There you go. So, and then there's that is a camera that takes a picture of you in their cell to getting.
Oh, here, look here.
All right. So.
That's
Here.
what you look like.
I mean, it's some fun stuff, you know.
Yeah, if
We'll go through this quickly.
It would be like this. If you came over here.
I just see.
If I was gonna do a selfie here,
I
this
just
is,
see.
if I was gonna do a selfie here, this is what you can do. See?
Perfect.
Yeah, and then,
We'll go quickly through here. Just
Perfect.
skip.
yeah,
We
and
don't
then
need- We'll go quickly through here. Just skip.
coming up.
We don't need to get into that.
This is coming up, this is this is the JFK assassination. History of that, it's an incredible.
Your picture is popping out.
See how big these the history of that, how it works.
Todd, we've lost your picture.
Here, so massive.
There
And then
we
in
go.
here,
You're back.
You lost me? You lost me? Ryan? Ryan?
You're back. You're
Did you
back.
lose
You're back.
this? I think they lost.
You're back now.
get back.
You're back now.
I think, let's hurry back.
How do we get back?
They lost us. Let's go. Let's hurry back.
How do we get back down?
Let's quickly go through. We'll come back.
I'll go
We're
quick.
coming. I'll go quick. Okay, did we drop out? Is that what you're saying? Okay, did we
You-
drop out? Is that what you're saying?
I can still hear you, but your picture is
Did we drop
gone.
out?
There you go. We see
Did
you
we
now.
drop out? Okay.
You did, but we see you now.
You know, this place, it's big up here. Okay, okay. This is, it's large. There's Cat. There's Cat in outer space.
As always. So I'm in outer space.
I knew the moonshot was fake.
So this place is huge. And you can see, oh, there's the alien. So that's so many places to take pictures in here.
Well, we're gonna rush back because I think we're getting outside the range. It's also dark here.
How do we get in there?
All right, we're heading back to the set.
Thank
So-
you.
Yes, thank you, he says. Okay. I'm going quickly. They're gonna follow. I'll get back as fast as I can. Okay, I'm almost there. Geez, it's a maze. I'm in a whole.
Oh, I bet you, oh, that'd be great. I love Graceland.
hole. You guys have to take over.
Oh, you got the presidential room? We've got, you know, how big this is.
Go. Yeah,
Seth,
we
what
ran
do you
out of-
think of this set?
We ran out of signal. Yeah, we ran out of, okay,
We
ran
I'm
out of
shutting-
signal. Go ahead and mute Cat. Okay, I'm shutting, go ahead and mute Cat. Okay, I'm shutting, go ahead and mute Cat.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Ran out of range.
So. Yeah, just turn off her roving camera there. So the kids are way behind me. I actually had to jog to get back here. Let me switch over to this. Oh, here they come. So we ran out of signal.
We did.
There they are.
But we're back.
We're back. So that was You can see there's a lot of rooms is the point. So there's really,
It's big.
well, there's a lot of space where you can see how you could easily have
Wow.
many different galleries, different themes. So what we had originally designed in Pigeon Forge was themed pavilions based on different categories of movies. So Westerns and war, classic films, science fiction, Star Wars, these categories would take over entire rooms. And then you could have lesser things as well. Also, you'd want to have certain galleries that could rotate. So you could bring in borrowed collections like the Academy does with me. Like they'll borrow my stuff for like a year or so and then rotate in another collector, because there's always going to be a collector out there that has something. Now, I'm never I'm anymore surprised when somebody comes to me and says, I have the original water bottle from, whatever. And you're like, "Oh, I can't believe, where did you get that? And a lot of times it's, oh, my father was the stunt man or, the whatever. Are you worn out?
I am worn out. This building is massive.
We got lost.
Hey,
Did you really?
give a shout out, but could I, to Days with Jordan the Lion. Jordan is here. Jordan Lee is in the, if you haven't been to his YouTube page, you must. It's amazing, called DAZE with Jordan the Lion, very popular YouTube channel. And thank you, Jordan, for joining us. Jordan, Ja, and I don't know if Katie's with you, but say hi if she is. I love and miss you. And
When you're asleep.
yeah, that's right. But oh my gosh, that was, this place is huge. And when I imagine, like just imagine it, it's just an amazing space.
Well, and the real anchor to the whole thing was the ride,
Yes,
the fly
yeah.
ride.
The fly ride, which we
Yes.
go near just now. And
It's incredible.
And
I first did a fly ride at Epcot at Disney.
yes, me too.
And I loved it. What I loved about it is you could have a 90-year-old enjoying the ride, sitting next to their 5-year-old grandchild and loving the ride.
Yes.
And it's a very peaceful, but it's exciting.
Yeah,
And
it's a
and
thrill.
yeah,
no
it's a
doubt.
thrill. It's
Yeah.
definitely a thrill. So it's a big part of what makes this thing happen.
Right, yeah.
So and we've talked about this before too. I mean, how those things can coexist, regardless, because there is so much footage here. So you could certainly have both
Yes.
things.
Working together in harmony.
Yeah,
Something to do.
absolutely. Well, I just love it because, the possibilities of what this is and could be and will be is just amazing, but again, this opens again in March. And so.
Well, we would like to see if we can, we'll see what happens, but if we can get it together, we'd like to see that by summer, maybe we could have the Hollywood stuff started here as well. We'll see. I
Yes.
mean, there's a lot that write your congressman in Missouri and complain that they don't have the Debbie Reynolds Hollywood Museum here.
They were
And,
asking.
Or at least the mayor of Branson.
Oh, write the mayor's office, write the state senator. Who's the state senators? Name names.
Lincoln Huff.
No, well, wait, let's do this. Who is the U.S. senators? from-
U.S.
from Missouri?
Josh Hawley
Josh Hawley
and Eric Schmidt.
and who?
Eric Schmidt.
Eric Schmidt. There you go. We need to, you write those two guys and you say, hey, we heard rumor of the Debbie Reynolds Hollywood exhibit coming to this attraction in Branson. We wanted to have it. Now
they
that's,
would,
and then the
they
state
would love
guys.
it. The state is really behind Branson. And, I know Marshall could speak to that, but the state and, our federal government is not necessarily involved here, but the state government is
But
very
every
much
state
involved.
senator job besides the country that is to represent their state's
That's true.
interests within the group of country.
Yeah.
So all I have to say to the two guys we just mentioned is that this is their problem now.
And you were talking about, you guys were talking about Johnny Morris
Yes.
and what he's done out at Big Cedar out south of town. It's fantastic. Golfing mecca. You were talking about, and Marshall was talking
Mhm.
about the Thunder Ridge. Who's been there? People don't know this. The Rolling Stones were there. The Rolling Stones,
The amphitheater?
at the amphitheater,
Yeah.
they did their last tour stop last year at that amphitheater. I went and saw it.
Oh.
It was phenomenal.
And they're not even American, and they're not even Americans.
They were great.
They were great.
Oh, and they were on tour. I mean,
They knew that was in place
Yeah.
to come.
were you there, Marshall? Oh,
No,
that's
that would have been
fantastic.
cool.
No, it's such a quality, and a live entertainment venue for this area. And only Johnny Morris could do something like that.
Right, Johnny Morris being the owner of.
Well, and the other thing that they did that I heard about yesterday is they made The Kansas City Chiefs, this is the town, right?
Yes, this is the official vacation spot destination for the Kansas City Chiefs. We
That's a big
expect
deal.
Taylor Swift to be here anytime. Now, I'll probably get sued for that.
No, no, no. The truth is, if she had any class at all,
She'd be here.
she'd be here. Taylor,
Come on in.
come on down.
Oh my,
Your mom and them. Tell your mom and them.
we have to give stuff away.
Get on it.
Okay, so.
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys go.
well,
All right,
you can
buddy.
stay
Thank
Okay.
you, Bill.
Well,
Well,
I'll
we get
stay.
stuff away.
You guys are staying with me.
too, is we.
Yeah, you can't go far.
We have prizes, so this.
Okay, do you want me to stay?
To do.
Okay.
You can hang around.
So if you have joined us tonight,
I'll put this other
if
camera on
you're
there.
new, then if you joined us tonight and you made any comments, your name came up and you were put on the randomizer wheel, which is a digital wheel that Kyle will be showing you just momentarily. And your name is on it. We're going to spin it how many times? Six times, I think. And you, if your name comes up, you will win. And we're going to take this to the Seth cam because Seth, I think, is going to be showing you. Am I right about this? Seth is going to be showing you what you have won. So let me know if I'm right about
I see
that.
Seth there. What are you doing, Seth?
Can you hear me?
I
Yeah.
can.
Well, let's see your,
Let's go to
your
the Seth
face.
cam.
Well, I'm here.
Live from Las Vegas,
I
it's Seth
see-
Robichaux.
Oh, there he is. Joan Crawford here with my fur. It's freezing here in the studio.
Likely excuse, dude. I know
Yeah.
he's there. You're just wearing that because you.
110 degrees and I'm wearing mink.
Not real, though.
The first
Okay.
prize, and I guess we'll just let Kyle cut to him after on the wheel, or Ryan,
Okay.
excuse me.
What
Rather,
do we have for the first prize? We have the
There goes the
Miracle
budget.
Working Muscle Gel, which is made by my company, Cat Cosmetics. It is an amazing thing. If you have aches and joints, you aren't going to believe what this does. There's nothing like it anywhere. I know this because I broke my shoulder 4 years ago in 3 places, and I couldn't find anything that worked. So
Who
that
wins?
is the
Who's the
prize.
winner?
Who is the winner of this prize? Let's look. All right, all
These
of
are
you
all
have a
people
chance.
Commented.
So,
Okay.
all right, so we have, I'm going to look here. Andrea Sodman, you are winner number 1. You are the winner of the muscle gel. You are going to love it. Andrea, and everyone who wins, listen up. You have to claim your prize by writing us at catandtoddlive@gmail.com. Say, I won the muscle gel. Here is my address, and you will get that sent out to you on Monday.
Now, the reason why she
Congratulations to you.
says wiener is because of, explain, not everybody knows that joke. You have a lot of new people here.
Oh, why I call people wieners.
No,
Okay.
the wiener is,
The winner.
right, but because,
Anthony.
who used to say that? Come on,
Anthony
tell them
Wiener.
the story. Who gets credit for that?
I don't know.
Sure you do.
Who?
Dora.
Oh my God, that's right. Dora. Oh, she
I'm
would
just
make me
saying.
laugh so hard because she's from Colombia.
Colombia.
So her accent, she would say, this is for the wieners. And I thought that is so darn cute. I forgot about that.
But now people are wondering why you're saying it, so I just didn't want to think that there was something odd going on.
Well, and in memory of my beloved Dora, who I do love. And
Well, she's still around?
yes, she
Memory, she's
yes.
not.
Huh?
She's
She
here,
said she's
folks.
not
She's on the
No, she's
planet.
not gone, but I don't see her every day like I used to, but she would make me laugh so hard with that beautiful accent. So the
Yeah.
winner is, all right, the
Yeah,
next winner.
what's our
As
next
Debbie
item?
would say, what would she say,
What's
Seth?
our next item?
It's-
Winner,
it's-
that's it. Just the
That's all
winner.
that matters, the winner, exactly.
They are
Okay.
getting our Miracle Working Cream to Gel Moisturizer.
Oh,
What
can we show it?
Is
Yeah, bring 'em up.
Pin them up.
I don't know how to pin me, but I'm
There you go. I think Kyle has to pin you. There you go.
He likes being pinned, I've
Oh,
heard.
I see me. I'm watching the monitor down there. I'm up. So this
But
is
I don't see you.
Well, whatever.
Okay, all
Focusing.
right. But
So
I want to
this
see
is
what
the
they
cream
win.
to gel. This is the cream to gel moisturizer. It is a fantastic skin moisturizer for both gents and ladies alike. And it is a really fantastic moisturizer for your skin. What
It
it
is.
does,
It tightens your face, which is awesome, and makes you glow like a water slide. It is beautiful. Also made by Cat Cosmetics.
Slide.
No, it makes your skin like a
Like a water
glass. It's so beautiful.
I need-
Yeah. Everybody needs it. All right. Let's see who the winner of this prize is. And we have it at. Oh, Karen Lee. And I think, Karen Lee, this is your first time winning a prize because I think that is a new name for me. So congratulations, Karen. Don't forget to write catandtoddlive@gmail.com to claim it. We need your address and we'll send that to you on Monday. It's the best moisturizer ever. You're going to love it. All right. We're going on. What's the third prize?
Third prize is Rich 2.0 Lip Crayon from Cat Cosmetics. It's a
One of the most popular.
fantastic lip color.
It is actually what I have on right now, what's left of it. So I've been in it all day. So if you like my lipstick tonight, you are about to receive one of you is about to receive it as a prize. So here we go. Who is the winner of Rich 2.0 Lip Crayon? It is
Another new name, maybe.
let's see, Karen Rosenberg. I know Karen Rosenberg's name, but I can't remember the last time Karen won something. So congratulations to you, Karen. Go ahead and write us and make sure that we get your address so we can send that to you. All right.
Now, we're getting a new batch of Blu-rays in.
Oh,
We
great.
ran out of Blu-rays. We gave away like 200 of them over a period of time.
That's right.
I just talked to
God
the-
bless Warner's. Yeah, because they're one of our sponsors and we so appreciate that. All right, what's the next prize? Pin yourself.
Well, keeping with the Debbie Reynolds performing theme, this is really cool from the archives. This is, and I'm going to try to get it so everybody can see. So this is a collection of vintage postcards from Debbie's performing days. So here we have like the Riviera, the Moulin Rouge at the Hilton, the Desert Inn.
Oh, that's cool.
All the way till this would have been probably what she would have used in Branson in her Branson days promotion wise. So it's a whole
that's awesome.
that you can frame and have
Yep.
in your function.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, who is
You
the
sure
winner?
you're not giving away something I don't have two of?
Oh no, you have about 50 of each of these, probably more actually.
All right.
Well,
See,
that's
there's my
good.
mom for you. She's saving the good stuff.
And Brenda in PA. All right, Brenda in Pennsylvania. Congratulations. You are the winner of the vintage postcards of Debbie's. And we thank you so much. Make sure we have your
Is she in
address. Brenda, well, I know the name, but I don't know if she's won before. I'm not sure about that. But congratulations. All right. And I think, do we have one more before we go to the super wheel? Two more. Okay, let's go to the next prize. Pin yourself, Seth. What is it?
Oh my papa.
Oh, my papa, to me, he was so, sorry.
So it's an Eddie Fisher. Is that
Ever there.
is that a CD?
Oh, my papa.
It is an Eddie Fisher in concert series featuring a bunch of his performances live.
Yeah, now these are actually from a lot of them are from Coke Time, the show he had on that he actually won a Golden Globe Award for. There's a really great one on there. Isn't the Louis Armstrong one on there where
Yes,
he's at the
Birth of
Hollywood
the-
Bowl? One of my all-time favorite Eddie Fisher performance things with he and Louis Armstrong. It's really cool.
All right, let's see who the winner is. Go ahead.
I'm hoping I win this because
Because you don't have it?
my name's not on the wheel.
Okay. Charlotte Robnett. All right.
Charlotte.
No, Charlotte Robnett, right? It says Carlet, but I'm going to say Charlotte.
Yes, no, it's Charlotte. It's
Yeah,
my
I know
mistake.
Charlotte's name very well. She's been with us for we're going to go in our 5th year of this show. It's amazing. It's just, we're new to YouTube.
And
but-
we have not won an Emmy yet for your consideration. I want to say.
Again,
I
we've
got
only
an extra
been
one in
on
the
YouTube
display
for a
case.
few months, but we were on Facebook for the whole pandemic and since then. Charlotte, congratulations to you. And make sure we have your address so we can send that out. And the last prize of this wheel
Is a memorial program from Debbie and Carrie's memorial.
can we see that? Oh, that's so
It's on,
great.
there it is.
I love this program. It's, well, I designed it, but I don't want to brag, but it meant a lot to me because that was our public memorial program from the big theater at Forest Lawn and the pictures in it, the program in it. And it comes with a pin with a little ceramic, and that's, I keep calling it ceramic, enamel pin of the art of Debbie and Carrie. That's on the back. Oh, there's my camera. Okay. So go ahead and let's see who won that. So you'll get the program and the pin that people got at the memorial. So let's see who won. It is Jordan Lee. Oh my gosh. Days with Jordan Lyon. You have
Does he even
won.
have any of that stuff?
I don't know, but he'll write me and let me know. He'll text me because we talk nonstop. All right, Jordan, congratulations. I need your address.
No. I
Yes.
haven't.
No, I need it.
Oh.
Because he moved. I don't have his
Oh,
address.
I didn't
That's
know
right.
that.
All right.
Florida,
there-
right?
Right. Okay. So now we're moving to the super wheel and then we're going to close out our show. But here's the thing. The super wheel, if you don't know, all of you who donated, when you push your donate button tonight and you donated to us, this is last week's donors. So if you donated to us last week, your name is on the wheel. So the wheel is substantially smaller. And if you donated twice, then you're on the wheel
And the
twice.
prize is much.
And the prize is a super prize. So here we go. We are about to spin the wheel to see who won.
Last week. This week.
No, people who donated last week, your names are on this wheel.
This week. So they may or may not be here.
Tonight's donors, which I've been watching,
be on
thank you.
next.
You'll be on next week for the super prize. So here we go. Let's see who wins the super wheel. Go ahead, Kyle. We're ready to go. All right. I get excited, like I'm on it. I love giving stuff
Is
away.
my name on this wheel?
No, you aren't on the wheel either. Bill's not on the wheel.
No.
No,
Dang.
Marshall's not on the
I
wheel.
want to be.
John Greer, how crazy is this? Because guess who got to Las Vegas today?
John Greer.
John Greer. So guess who's
We're going to save
No,
on
no, sorry,
shipping.
he comes tomorrow.
We're going to save on shipping. Don't ship it out.
Yeah, well, it depends on what it is, but John gets in
It's a
tomorrow.
new car.
And then we get to meet John
Not a new car.
on Tuesday.
It's not a car?
It's not a new
Oh,
car.
we don't know what it is yet.
No, we don't. John,
No.
congratulations.
Seth, what is it? Tell them what they've won, Seth.
What have you won? Well, you've won an Academy. No, I'm kidding.
Not the Oscar, please. Okay. What did he win besides to see us on Tuesday?
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Seth, there
There
you
he
are.
is. You're
I'm
back.
muted. Okay, there I am. Hello. He won. I don't even know if he has this. It's actually a signed program from the Debbie Reynolds Hotel and Casino, which these we haven't given too many away of, but
Okay, well, let me just say that John Greer will let us know if he has that because John,
Why would he have that?
John's,
Did he go to the hotel?
I don't
and-
think he has. I don't think he
That'd
has
be
a
the-
I don't
program.
know
I don't
what
think
he
he has
has,
a
but I know he
sign.
has a lot of things because he's opening his museum.
Oh, you're right. He does buy a lot of stuff.
Yes, because he's opening his own museum.
All right, so we'll give him some options for trade-ins.
John Greer, congratulations. And I'll see you on Tuesday. And
See
you
you
will too, because
in September.
he's gonna come over to see our animals and all our museum, and
True.
we're excited about that. So, John, we'll see you on Tuesday, and for the rest of you,
How did we do, by the way? Ooh, we
went way over.
Yeah.
We closed the joint, let's just say that.
This particular format's tough to hold to a
Yeah.
time limit.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll
Good
be
thing we're
back.
not paying for airtime.
No, I know. We'll be back in our theater at home next Saturday. I'll be on Friday night for Cat Solo Live. And so I'll see you next Friday. We'll see you next Saturday. Remember, Branson, Missouri, send us good thoughts because we're
Yeah.
all there and we're
We'll put
loving
it
it.
on your list to
Oh,
visit.
yes,
So
put
does
it
this
on-
mean I need to be at your house next
Next
Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay.
I love when you
Well,
come to the house.
actually, we're gonna do the hotel. So, I mean, the Pigeon Forge project. So
That's we're gonna show the building you built. for
maybe
the
we bring you in
museum.
from Zoom. Then you don't have to come all the way to California, right on that
I'd rather
Allegiant flight.
come. I'd rather come.
Well, then just,
All right,
no,
yeah.
no, do it to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. But sitting on the Legion flight, when you're 6 feet tall, I'm 5'8", and I was like, here's the back of the chair in front of me. I was trying to get my computer out at one point. I was kind of like,
You know what? It's the only way we can get here nonstop, but I will say it was like sitting in a lawn chair. It was really an experience, but we got here nonstop and safe. So that's the only thing that
Well,
matters,
yeah.
to me.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, it's not about the meal. It's not about the snacks. It's about getting where you need to go safe and sound and nonstop. I love it. Good night, everybody. We absolutely adore you from the Beyond the Lens Theater in Branson, Missouri. We'll see you next week. God bless you. See you soon. Bye, guys.
we made
There
it.
you go.
Oh, he's got a closer. Now he's going to run a scroll.
Cottonwoods whispering above.
Tammy, Tammy, Tammy's in love. The old hooty owl, hooty hoos to the dove. Tammy, Tammy, Tammy's in love. Does my lover feel what I feel when he comes near? My heart beats so joyfully. You'd think that he could hear. Wish I knew if he knew what I'm dreaming of. Tammy, Tammy, Tammy's in love. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Thank you very much.